Hello. Today I want to show you a new feature, or better say, just a part of a new feature, because it is quite complex and I like to make several videos about it. I'm also not sure if the way I implemented these features is the way we want to have it in the final version. So I like you to comment on these features and tell me what you think. The whole feature is called Soundbanks, and it's a way I want to ease the setup of different aspects of the playback of MuseScore. And today I want to talk about the setup of the MIDI messages a spanner segment can emit. This is also something new and a more general approach to what you saw in the last video about the single note crescendo. So, to make things easier, I think we should start with a little example. So let's click Add here and add a Soundbank file. A Soundbank file is a standard XML file, and later in the video I will show you a bit more about its structure. As soon as it is loaded up, it appears in this list. A Soundbank has different attributes that can match one or more instruments. The example one I loaded here matches the piccolo flute. So let's add a piccolo flute to the score and remove the piano. Last time I showed you the single note crescendo. I will show it this video too, but this time using Soundbanks. So let's add some notes first. And let's make this a whole note. And add the hairpin. Don't forget to add the dynamic symbols so that there's actually something that has to be changed. For demonstration purposes, let's add another note with single note crescendo. Please note that in the development version of MuseScore there's this cool new auto layout feature, which is under development, and that's why the symbols sometimes a little bit off. But you can be assured that it will work a lot better in the final version. So let's play it back and listen to it. As you can hear, the crescendo works great. Now I want to show you the Soundbank default settings. So select the Soundbank and hit the edit button here. As I told you earlier, this is about MIDI messages a spanner object can send. Spanner is the foundation of a glissando, a lyrics line, hairpin line, note line, octave line, pedal line, volt line, trill, or slurs and ties. I just set up slur, hairpin and pedal here because these were the most obvious ones for me that could send MIDI messages. If you have applications to send MIDI messages for the other ones, just let me know in the comments. I mean, it's very easy to add more here. But right now, let's say we don't want to have single note crescendo per default for hairpins. So just click here and select No MIDI. And let's play it back one more time. As you can hear, no single note crescendo this time. But we can also select just one particular hairpin and change the setting for this one. As you can see, there's this new spanner setting in the inspector. If you select default, it will default to what you select in the Soundbank setup. So let's try to enable the single note crescendo for this particular hairpin and play it back one more time. Okay, so this works good. There was one request I had on last video, and it was about double hairpins, which are used quite commonly in string sections. And we're not sure if it is a good idea to add another symbol to the already quite long list of symbols. But there's a workaround you can do, and I'll show it to you in just one moment. First, add a second voice and add 2 notes to it with the durations of the hairpins of the double hairpin you want to have. Then double click on the first hairpin to make it shorter and add a second one. Now add the dynamic symbols and make the 2 new notes invisible and disable their playback. You can also choose to disable the transparent view of the notes. And don't forget to enable crescendo by default again. Let's play it back. As you can hear, it works fine. Now in the last part of the video, I want to show you a little bit about the structure of these sound banks. So as you can see, you have one Soundbank tag that contains its name. You can have multiple of these Soundbank tags actually in one file. And then you have the match tag. This one specifies how it should match an instrument. You can either just match a genre, or just a group, or just the instrument ID itself, or all three of them. And as said earlier, the Soundbank can match as many instruments as you like. The next tag is the spanners tag, and this contains the settings for the various spanners. As you can see, this Soundbank has 2 setups for the slur and 2 for the hairpin. These multiple setups for one specific spanner are the ones you can select in the default selection or in the per element selection in the inspector. The last option tag here should look to you quite familiar. It's more or less the same as the 2 settings we discussed in the last video. It's the fixed velocity and that it should use the expression controller. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'm really looking forward to read more in your comments. So thanks for watching, and you will see more next time.